I have accidentally broken my fast, yeah.
Was it accidental or were you kind
That's
of like
for me and God to know, okay?
Today we're playing Never Have I Ever Ramadan edition. So Ramadan is a time of year when we fast from sunrise to sunset. It goes for a month.
It's just a real time that we can give back to those who don't have as much as we do, and really a time to feel grateful.
And I heard, this is what my parents tell me, everything you do, it counts a lot more. Like, you get like 100 points for every prayer you do.
Yeah, but if you do something bad, it's even worse. So yeah, it's like,
even worse, you're going straight to hell.
Yeah.
Never have I ever gone to drink a glass of water and then remembered that I was fasting.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not gonna admit that.
I have. I think we all have.
I think this is a universal experience because you just don't realize, especially if you're like half asleep or something.
We have accidentally done it. Is it the right thing to do? No, but it was an accident.
When I was younger, I'd be like brushing my teeth and a little bit of water go down. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yes.
The question is though, do you do it now? Like, do we do it now?
No. No.
Never have I ever fallen asleep whilst eating sahur or slept through sahur.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, come on.
Like my dad's come and been like, Hameda. And then I've just like still been like dead asleep. And then in the morning I'll be like, why didn't you wake me up? And he's like, I tried like 3 times.
I feel like I'm sleeping while I'm eating suhoor. I wake up like a zombie.
It feels so selfish, but like, if I wake up, then my sleep is gonna go away.
Sleeping through suhoor, I mean, it happens regularly.
I've never like slept through it, but I've definitely like closed my eyes and like eaten dates.
Never have I ever forgotten which prayer I was praying while praying. 1.
You're asking me questions that I shouldn't admit.
Obviously.
The truth is that I have.
I don't pray often, but when I do, I'll like start saying like the surahs and like while I'm praying, and then like I'll go and then I'll be like, did I say that line already?
Like justifying.
Once I've figured it out, right, you have to kind of remake up the prayer.
And yeah, like sometimes I'll just be repeating like the same surahs because I just don't know what I've done.
I like just in case, let's just go one more round.
Yeah, literally.
Never have I ever become fasting and furious on the road right before iftar time to get home and eat. I'm like that all the time, even when I'm not fasting.
I'm really glad that we both said, I've never.
No.
We're just calm and collected people.
I'm usually so cathartic by the time it's iftar. I'm
Same.
like, oh, when is it? Like, just waiting.
And I also, like, I knew what I was getting myself into. Why would I get mad?
There's a meal on the other side. I'm fasting and furious to kind of get there, especially if my mum's made it.
Never have I ever accidentally broken my fast a few minutes too early.
Like, obviously.
Really? I don't think I
Whoa.
have. My family's really paranoid. My dad will be like, wait 10 more minutes.
I have accidentally broken my fast, yeah.
Was it accidental or were you kind
That's
of like
for me and God to know, okay?
My dad will put on like the Arabic radio, like Lebanese radio station. So we'll wait for that.
You're waiting for the call to prayer. As soon as that goes off, if you've broken your fast accidentally too early, it's not actually an accident.
Never have I ever had extensive arguments on whose moon sighting was correct. Oh my gosh, this is universal.
Ramadan follows a lunar calendar. Like the Islamic calendar it follows a lunar calendar. So it's really when you see like the first sliver of the moon. So hang on, who do you moon sight war with?
I don't feel like I do it like with people my age and shit, like call them up, but like no. I saw the moon first. I don't know about you guys. But I feel like my family does it, and like, or like, not even my family, it's like a cultural thing, like Bengalis will do it versus like the Lebanese people.
Yeah, and then they'll like judge each other, and they're like, oh, I can't believe they started fasting like the day after, and I'm like, why do we care so much about this?
I'll low-key be on the sidelines like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, it's like drama.
Drama, be like, oh.
But then also, as we've kind of progressed in civilization and in this world, we have science, and so it's able to kind of predict when the moon is gonna come out and say hi.
Back in the day before you could like figure out when it was Eid, my dad would call Saudi Arabia when the Amzas were and be like, did you see the moon? And then they would tell us. So like we had no idea if it was gonna be Ramadan the next day. Like we'd find out in the morning because my dad would have a phone call.
I go with the majority. I also go with what my parents tell me because it's just the easiest thing to avoid an argument.
There's whole like schools of like people who will do like Eid, which is kind of like Muslim
Christmas.
Christmas. I hate saying that.
I know,
but I feel like that's the only way I can like in it to anything. So like they'll do it like a day later. So like we'll be doing Eid and then there'll be like other parts of the Muslim community fasting still.
Yeah, in the same place.
Yeah,
like it's not like a different city where it's a different time zone.
Yeah.
No, it's like, yeah, and then they'll be like, no, you're wrong, and then
Yeah.
it's a whole thing. Never have I ever noticed my bad breath halfway through a conversation with someone while fasting. 3, 2, 1.
The way, on my way here, I was gonna send Sohan a text to be like, by the way, I'm fasting, so
Don't get too
mind
close.
me. Yeah.
You can't have gum whilst we're fasting, but you can have mouthwash.
Especially when I was working customer service and I was like talking to people a lot more, it'd have to be like, let's just stand. Like 1.5 meters, at least now everyone does it.
Why are you preaching something you can't practice? I can smell your breath from here, and we're like 1.5 meters apart. Have you used mouthwash today? Never have I ever binge watched food videos while fasting.
3, 2, 1.
Finally.
100%.
My YouTube suggestions and entire home feed is right now. It's food videos.
But I always say that I'm gonna cook them, but I never, ever, ever, ever do.
I would literally just type in munchies. Who types in munchies? Like, you always go there by like pressing on things. I'm out here typing in munchies and I'll be watching like videos of like crispy pork. I don't even eat pork like that.
I would never do that to myself, to be honest. I'm a big believer in eating food, not watching.
Never have I ever overeaten during iftar and fallen into a complete food coma. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. This is where you lose points.
Yeah, this is where it's just wrong. You're not allowed to do that.
All the time. What do you mean? I go hard at start. I'm like knocked out after. I need like a nap or something.
Honestly, what are you actually supposed to do? There's like so much food on the table.
It's like going to a buffet. That's at least what it's like at my household. It's not supposed to be like that because you're supposed to appreciate whatever it is that you have in your fridge.
Like there's some foods where I'll eat it and I'll be like, it feels like Ramadan.
I'm always having food coma 30 days of the month of Ramadan.
Doesn't matter where you come from, what background, what religion you are. Ramadan isn't just for Muslims, it's for everyone, it's for humanity.
Post-COVID life, like I've had a lot of time to reflect on stuff. I'm just understanding the religion in my own way kind of thing, and I'm trying to do like the best I can.
Especially after the year that we've had all over the world. I would say that I'm, personally grateful for everything that I have.
I think it's super important to do your own research, understand why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then just go forth, make mistakes, learn from them, earn your points.
Yeah.
And do more. Do more stuff.